Well, saving time on the commute, the new Metro Regional Connector helping passengers get to where they're going faster. And ways to save with car insurance on the rise. We're going to tell you how you can keep some of your cash every month. You are watching The Rundown. I'm Jonathan Gonzalez in for Robin Winston. More on those stories in a moment, but first we're learning that most of the 42 migrants who were bused to LA from Texas are now staying with families here in Southern California and across the state. LA City and County leaders say they only got a couple of hours of advance notice that the migrants were even coming Wednesday afternoon, but those leaders insist they were ready to help right away. Immigration advocates say many of them didn't have food, they were hungry, they were tired, though that is something Texas Governor Greg Abbott denies.
I'll be very clear. They had abundant water and food supplies throughout the entire trip.
The asylum process will now start right away for those migrants.
Alex Rozier here with NBC4. We're just trying to chat with you a little bit about the allegations.
Yeah,
and
no comment. My lawyers said I should not comment.
Are you planning to resign? Sir, there's people in this community that want to hear from you. Are you gonna answer? Can you tell us?
That was LA City Council member Councilman Price, seen for the first time since he was criminally charged for embezzlement, perjury, and conflict of interest. We caught up with him outside of his home. The council member is accused of voting in favor of projects by developers, which later paid his wife's company more than $150,000 during a 2-year period. The LA City Council has started the process to consider suspending him. LA Metro's new regional connector brings 3 major lines together along a single route through downtown LA. It's designed to eliminate the need for passengers to transfer to other trains, connecting 3 stations at Little Tokyo, Broadway at 2nd, and Bunker Hill at Grand. Metro says it could save passengers 20 minutes on their commutes. The nearly $2 billion project took almost 9 years to finish. All right, time for a check of the weather now with meteorologist Belen De Leon.
Hi everyone, you ready for the weekend? Well, I'm ready for it. We're gonna have more sunshine. Lately, we've had this June gloom that has been very stubborn and hard to clear, but through the weekend, we'll have weaker onshore flow and that will allow our skies to clear faster. We'll get to that sunshine quicker. Now, this is gonna cause the temperatures to be warmer away from the coast. Still cool for those coastal locations, but highs in the 80s are possible. Saturday is gonna be the warmest day. At the same time, we'll have a chance for some storms in the mountains and some gusty winds in the deserts. Let's look ahead to Father's Day. Temperatures at the coast are going to be around 70 degrees. Skies will be cloudy, 75 for the base in Orange County, 80 for the valleys in IE, sunny in the high desert, 87, and nice and cool in the mountains. Happy Father's Day.
Well, loved ones of an Orange County couple want answers after they were found dead inside of a hotel room in Cabo, San Lucas. Hotel staff at Rancho Pescadero found Abby Lutz and her boyfriend unresponsive. Officials believe they may have died by inhaling some sort of gas. Abby's family tells NBC the couple started feeling sick as soon as they arrived at the resort. At first, they thought it was food poisoning and spent the night in the hospital.
They spent the night and with IVs, getting IVs and things, and then they felt better. So they went back to the hotel and spent the day at the pool. Then she texted her father about 10:30 something on Monday night and said, "Good night, love you." And we didn't hear back from her until we were notified by the State Department.
The hotel is owned by Hyatt. They said in a statement they're refraining from speculation about the cause out of respect for the families. Well, we're learning more about a hit and run that left a bicyclist dead in South LA. Police have released surveillance video of the driver and his passenger prior to the crash. They say it happened April 13th around 3:30 in the morning. Police say this dark SUV was traveling eastbound on Adams from Trinity Street and rear-ended the bicyclist. Salvador Gonzalez Arichiga died at the hospital. Police say that driver did not stop and just sped off. In a show of solidarity on the picket lines, janitors joined the Hollywood writers' strike Thursday, saying their livelihoods have also been impacted by this ongoing strike. The writers went on strike at the beginning of May. Janitors joined the writers walking from Sony Pictures to Amazon Studios. Those service workers were showing support in celebration of Justice for Janitors Day, which dates back to June 15th, 1990. Writers say they appreciate this kind of support.
Janitors have been laid off by the studios because of our strike, and that's absolutely wrong. They can absolutely afford to keep those people on, and so we're joining in solidarity with these workers who are really at the core of the labor movement in Los Angeles and in the country.
The janitors and writers union say they hope this will send a clear message to the studios that they are not backing down as they continue to fight for fair wages and better working conditions. Comcast, the corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is one of those entertainment companies represented by the alliance that's in talks with the writers union. Some employees of the NBC News Group are also represented by the WGA. Well, Taco Bell will have to shell out thousands of dollars to settle a dispute with customers over gift cards. A judge found that the fast food chain violated a California law. They were apparently refusing to cash out customer gift cards that had balances below $10. So as part of the settlement agreement, Taco Bell will have to pay nearly $86,000 in fines and will also be required to include directions to a gift card redemption website. We know car insurance costs have been on the rise. Susan Hogan from our sister station in Washington, D.C. has some cost-saving tips that could help drop your monthly bill.
Dennis Osoril loves his cars.
So I got 4 vehicles right now.
But with all that horsepower means more money to keep them insured. Dennis's insurer of choice, Progressive.
The service is great. If you get homeowners insurance with the same company, you get a discount.
Consumer Reports says there are ways to help lower your bill even more. First, raise your deductible and cancel coverage you don't need. A $1,000 deductible compared to a $500 deductible might sound like a lot, but it could reduce your premium by more than 10%. And if your car is older, consider canceling collision and comprehensive altogether because you could end up paying more than you would get back in a repair or replacement cost. If your car's current value is low, you probably don't need to be paying for these extra coverages. Consider tracking. Progressive's Snapshot uses technology to track your driving habits. Many drivers will get a discount right out of the gate, but Consumer Reports says there's something also to keep in mind.
You're looking at a privacy trade-off. So if you're willing to give up some of these details about where you're going and how you're driving, how often you're driving, then you might see some benefit. But if you don't want the insurer riding shotgun with you, then you might say no to some of these programs.
Dennis, for one, says he'd be open to that trade-off.
We're pretty safe drivers, so anything that saves money is always a plus.
Even if you don't want to get tracked, being a safe driver will still reap rewards. Even one driving violation or insurance claim can quickly raise your rates. And if you don't think you're getting a good deal with your current auto insurer, shop around. 2 auto insurers have consistently landed at the top tier of Consumer Reports ratings. That's Amica Mutual Group and USAA Group. Consumer Reports also reminds car owners that in general, the more expensive the car, the higher the premium, because expensive cars cost more to repair and to replace. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're buying your next car. I'm Susan Hogan, News 4.
Well, the area around LA Live is getting a brand new name, and since you're watching NBC4, you're probably familiar with it. The entertainment and sports area will also have the name Peacock. NBC Universal streaming service partnered with AEG in a multi-year naming rights deal. That official name change will take place July 11th. The outdoor plaza will also be called Peacock Place. The 7,100-seat Microsoft Theater will be renamed the Peacock Theater. A lot of sporting events are coming to the LA area, including the 2026 FIFA World Cup at SoFi Stadium and the 2028 Summer Olympics, and Peacock will have exclusive streaming rights to those events. The LA Country Club is giving some of the best golfers in the world a really tough time right now at the U.S. Open. It has a deep sand traps, long, gnarly wild grass, big elevation changes, all in the heart of LA's west side. Our Adrian Arambulo got a chance to play the course and shows you how tough it is for all the regular golfers.
We're in the driving range now. Gonna get ready. Even the practice facilities are immaculate. They give you brand new golf balls to hit. Practicing my putting, these greens are lightning fast. Look at that mansion. This is the first hole that I played, and look how narrow this hole is, and that's where I ended up. Not good. All right, 1 hole down. Bogeyed the first. Could have been worse. I'm gonna drop this ball in. And this rough is really rough. Drop the ball in it. Can you find it? Can you see it? Whoa. And this is the signature 9th hole with the clubhouse and the skyline behind it. And this is where I ended up, in this massive sand trap. Good luck getting out. You get these sweeping landscape views. This par 3 measures nearly 300 yards. That's nearly 3 football fields. I hit it up here, which is not where you want to go. Look how hard this shot is, but what a view. And there's the wind and elevation changes. This is the view that players will have as they walk up the 18th hole. It is a spectacular, special place.
Well, fans of the video game turned TV show The Last of Us will get to experience the zombie apocalypse firsthand. Universal Studios is adding a Last of Us themed haunted house to Halloween Horror Nights. This is awesome. Tickets are on sale right now. The house opens September 7th. Comcast is the parent company of both Universal Studios and NBC4. And if your heart is set on snagging a ticket to Coachella next year, you may be in luck. The Music Fest launched its new advanced ticket sales. You can get passes for next April ahead of all the crowds by registering in advance. General admission starts at $499. VIP packages, they're going for around $1,000. We don't know yet, of course, who will be performing next year. We typically find out in January. You can get more information on our website, NBCLA.com. Well, a young man from Cerritos is being once again crowned the king of the Rubik's Cube. He broke a Guinness World Record, and this is something you have to see to believe. What? Blink and you'll miss it, so here it is again. In case you missed it, it's all of 3 seconds. The crowd went wild when 21-year-old Max Parks solved that Rubik's Cube in just 3.13 seconds. This happened in Long Beach over the weekend. His time actually shaved off about 0.34 seconds from the previous record set 4 years ago, which Max's dad says no one in the cubing world thought would ever be broken.
It's really exciting anytime anybody breaks a record. So, but for the 3x3 single is sort of like the creme de la creme. When that gets broken, I think the whole cubing community knows. A lot of Max's fans, they all reached out, emailed him or texted him, were very, very happy for him. A few people said that they even cried.
Max has autism, so his dad says he picked up his first cube at a young age to help improve his motor skills. And it wasn't until later in life that Max actually decided to turn that passion to a very fun challenge. He also holds the world record for the fastest time, by the way, in solving 4 other Rubik's Cubes, from the 4x4 all the way up to the 7x7. 3 seconds is wild. I can't even finish one in 3 years. You can always get news, weather updates right here on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. We want to thank you for watching The Rundown.